Welcome to Keep the Faith Ministry News. My name is Sabrina Peterson, and I'm filling in for Pastor Mayer while he's on medical leave. A federal appeals court has revived a legal challenge to the Minnesota Human Rights Act, ruling for the first time that religious business owners can invoke free speech rights when refusing to service a same-sex wedding. The 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals sided with Carl and Angel Larson, a Christian couple who operate a video production company called Telescope Media Group. The Larsons want to expand their business to include weddings, but state officials say the MHRA requires the Larsons to accommodate both same-sex and opposite-sex partners. Minnesota's interpretation of the MHRA interferes with the Larsons' speech in two overlapping ways, Judge David Strauss wrote for a divided three-judge panel. First, it compels the Larsons to speak favorably about same-sex marriage if they choose to speak favorably about opposite-sex marriage. Second, it operates as a content-based regulation of their speech. The decision is particularly significant in view of the Supreme Court's 2018 Masterpiece Cakeshop decision, which involved a Christian baker who declined to make custom wedding cakes for same-sex marriages. Though the baker prevailed in that dispute, the High Court did not decide whether religious conservatives can use the First Amendment to skirt anti-gay discrimination laws. The Alliance Defending Freedom, which represented the baker in the Masterpiece case, also represents the Larsons. ADF is a public interest law practice that litigates around religious liberty issues. The Larsons sued state officials in December 2016, saying the MHRA prevented them from operating their business consistent with their religious beliefs. U.S. District Judge John Tunheim sided with the state and dismissed their lawsuit in September 2017. On appeal, the 8th Circuit said that Telescope's videos are the Larsons' personal speech. The Larsons exercise significant editorial discretion over its media productions and promote a particular message about the sanctity of marriage, the panel said. As such, the majority said the MHRA forces the Larsons to defy their religious beliefs and create speech that is favorable to same-sex marriage. Citing the Supreme Court's 2018 Janus decision, the 8th Circuit said that compelling individuals to mouth support for views they find objectionable is a core First Amendment violation. In Janus, the High Court said that unions could not collect mandatory dues from non-members for First Amendment reasons. Elsewhere in the decision, Strauss wrote that the MHRA regulates speech based on content, another violation. The majority said the safer course for the Larsons would be to avoid the wedding business altogether, a type of compelled self-censorship that violates free speech rights. The 8th Circuit also allowed the Larsons to proceed with their claim that the MHRA interferes with their right to practice religion. Strauss said the couple is in a unique hybrid situation in which they can use their free exercise concerns to reinforce their free speech claim. Judge Bobby Shepard joined Strauss's opinion. President Donald Trump included Strauss on his list of prospective Supreme Court nominees. Minnesota counters that the MHRA regulates conduct, not speech, and that any burden on the Larsons' free speech rights is merely incidental. Rules or regulations that have unintentional effects on speech rights are generally lawful. In a series of tweets following the 8th Circuit's decision, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison promised to bring a strong strategic legal response and said he was offended by the decision. In dissent, Judge Jane Kelly warned that the majority's thinking could be used to evade civil rights laws that bar race and sex discrimination. Kelly is considered a contender for a Supreme Court appointment under a Democratic president. Its logic would apply with equal force to any business that desires to treat customers differently based on any protected characteristic, including sex, race, religion, or disability, Kelly wrote. In this country's long and difficult journey to combat all forms of discrimination, the court's ruling represents a major step backward. The case will now return to a federal trial court for further proceedings. Maybe the angels are holding back the winds of strife. John sees the elements of nature, earthquake, tempest, and political strife, represented as being held by 4 angels. These winds are under control until God gives the word to let them go. There is the safety of God's church. The angels of God do his bidding, holding back the winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree, until the servants of God should be sealed in their foreheads. Maranatha, page 266. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.